So this is it, 2025. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do on this one is we're going to find our resources, and we're going to add the human resources in, and then I'm going to add in the cost, right? So I go to up here, Gantt resource sheet, and then I'm going to copy a project manager. You've got to make sure your project manager works not every day, but some days. Yeah, it's an 8-week project. Maybe he works 2 days a week. So you have to put his cost in for funding, and then he's £35 an hour. So I'll put 35 in, and then senior software engineer is 53. So these new scenarios have much more realistic costs, whereas the older ones, you know, like inflation and everything, that's £40 an hour. Cyber security, how much is that one? 70. Senior network engineer, 58. Junior network engineer, 40. I want to go check my organizational chart. So I've actually got 2 junior network engineers. So I'm going to copy that one and paste it there and name that junior network engineer 2. And then I've only got 1 junior software engineer and 2 seniors. So I haven't got a lot of staff in this scenario. So that's actually probably one of the problems with this. We don't have a lot of staff, which you write about in your PID when you're in manual control. Then we've got these cost of infrastructure. £100,000 a year network upgrade. So this I put it in as a material, and on that you put a one-time cost in of 100,000, and then this one is maintenance cost, server 5,200 a year. Sometimes they give you things where you don't have to, like they give you a choice. Like sometimes it's like a cloud server or I think it's good going on to 2 lines.
Yeah.
Maintenance costs, 5,200 a year. Again, that's materials. Plan for a year. Software licensing. Material. 12,000. And then backup server to main server. So you need 2 of these, and it's a material cost. Now they're giving you 2 options here: physical and a cloud server. Why would you choose a cloud server over a physical one? Well, like there's no, like whoever maintains that, it's their responsibility to make sure it's always running and everything. Whereas physical server is a one-time cost, but you need to employ someone to like actually who's got the skill. Yeah. I'm going to choose a one-time cost, and I'll write that in here.
Yeah, every time is cheaper. Every time is cheaper.
Yeah, I'm going to have a one-time cost, main physical server, 2 required. So 2 times 18,000 is 36,000.
And maybe in the report you can say why.
Yeah, why do you need 2 if you want 1? Backup system.
It's cloud one.
Cloud. Is it just cloud?
Yeah, it's cloud.
So main server, so I could choose a physical one. Option 2, cloud server.
It's not up to you. You can't choose. It's cloud.
So because I purchased that main server, I just pay that one-time big cost of 36,000, right? So that's up to you to choose. And often they say at the beginning here, so what is this scenario about? Fusion Bank is reviewing its systems and would like to improve the security of its online banking system. So you're the project manager. You're required to, they basically want this system to enhance authentication support digital transactions, integrate fraud technology, provide real-time monitoring. That's what they want the system to do. These are the key things that you want to deliver. Sometimes it talks about the different options you've got. And these are all of our staff and what they can do, function points. This here is important information. Start and end of the project. So it's 5 working days a week, 8 hours a day. That's important because you need to make sure by going to file, options, schedule, that your working day is 8 hours, which it is here. File, options, schedule. Then this is important. During testing, 2 major, 8 minor, 2 days to rectify major, 1 for minor, and 3 days each fault. That's how much you've got to spend. So you've got to make it fit within that budget and add those on to the testing tasks. So now we've got the resources in, we go up here.
Isn't it hours? Hours on there.
Yeah, hours. So we're going to copy in all these tasks now. So as long as you've downloaded this and it's on your computer, you can copy and paste. So I'm going to copy in these tasks like that. And now we can start building up the Gantt chart. But I'm going to add in an extra task here above it, and that's going to be called Fusion Bank. And then I'm going to group all these things here and click on that button, and that will indent everything in. So I added an extra task here, I grouped everything here, and then I clicked on this button, that one, and I indent. This will unindent them as well. Indent, indent.
What did it change?
Now I've sort of double grouped it, so I'm going to unindent all of that. And then all the ones that I want to be grouped onto that title, well, I'm going to select them and indent. And what that's really useful for is so that we know how long we've got, like whether we're overrunning on time on the project. So let's get rid of that. Right. So the start date of that is the 13th of Jan. This is this year, 13/01/25, and the end date was 3rd of March. 03, January, February, March, 03/25. And now if we look at the Gantt chart, although we haven't planned anything out yet, if we scroll back to January, by using this thing, drag it a bit, I should be able to see an overview of the amount of time I've got to do it. I'll zoom out, there you go. So I've got like this much time to finish the whole project. And all these tasks have got to fit within that. This is where we start finding out. So who can do that? Install network infrastructure. What I could do, I could actually copy that and just search the document. Just control F. It will actually jump to the resources who can do it. That's a new thing that I figured out. So you can put that in, put it in the search box, and Control F. And then we can jump to who can do it. And who can do that? A senior network engineer and a junior. Why would you want to choose a senior over a junior? Right.
But it's
more expensive than a senior. How many juniors have we got? Junior networks got 2 of those, so we could use 2 of those. Let's put the junior on that one for now. Junior network engineer. How long does he take to do? So there's 20 general function points, 6 hours. So we can get our calculator out if we need it. 20 times 6. 20 times 6, 180, 120 hours. But if we put both of them on it, you know, right, in 120 hours like that, so HR means hours. You can also do it in days if you want, but let's just do it in hours because you calculate that in hours. And we're going to put him. I'm going to start that thing. Yeah, the software calculates the end date for us because we put the duration in. But then if we add both of them on, we can halve the length of that task. So instead of 120, we're going to go to 60. And that's our first task plan. The next one, integrating this one. Again, I'm going to copy that there. I'll turn that highlighted to off. Copy that there. Right, senior software engineer can do that, and he can do that. So senior and the cyber security, and it's a complex function point. So let's just put the senior on. Yeah.
It's only one senior, right?
Yeah, only one senior. Senior software engineer. How long will it take to do that? He needs 5 hours per general function point. And it's 8 complex functions. So it's 14 hours per complex function point. So how are we going to get 14 times 8 equals 112. 112 hours. And we're going to start that thing. I think you've got to think about which tasks are dependent on what you like. So I think network infrastructure and encryption technologies could probably be done at the same time. They're not dependent on anything else. Usually the tasks they give you are in the order meant to be. So if you just work from top to bottom, it's easier. So put that there, and then that's that one planned. Configuring security protocols.
Copy it.
I paste it in the search box, and then I'm able to it will just jump to that's actually a quick way of having to read through the whole thing. I only just thought that. That's 60 complex function points, and he takes 14 hours per complex function point. So that's quite a lot. 16 times 14. It's a lot of time.
Only one of them, right?
Yeah, only the senior can do that.
Yeah.
So what you might want to do, because that's such a long task, and the one before it, integrating the encryption technologies, could also be done by the cyber security engineer. I'm going to put him onto that. So then, and take him off it, and then put him on to that one, senior, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Hang on. Configuring security protocols can be done by the senior network engineer. Oh, that doesn't matter. That's what I was saying. Senior network engineer. But yeah, it's fine. We'll put him on that. Put him on that one. Although that might change the length of time. He takes less hours. So this is where you need to think about. We could, what can he do? So hang on, the cyber security engineer can configure security protocols, right? Yeah, he takes that. So actually it'd be better to put the senior on that one and the cyber security on that one, and then we can do a different calculation. So we can do 12.
Yeah.
So instead of 224, we do 12 times 16 equals 192. That's a bit better. So let me just check this right. He's configuring that.
This guy is good.
Senior software engineers. They can both do that one. But that's fine. Right, and then what's on deploying and configuring cloud services? Okay, that's a complex one. Only the senior network engineer can do that.
Project manager, frequency, like initials.
Well, who can do that one? Senior. There you go.
Sir, why you not respond, bro? He doesn't.
You don't read chat.
Bro, you gotta read chat. You know, engagement with your audience. That's all.
I'm recording this so you can watch it later.
You can see all my reactions. Yeah, bro. W Ben.
You can help us out do this. Complex function points. Deploying, configuring server. We can put the senior one onto that.
Why is that we flat?
So that's going to be 8 hours, isn't it? So 8 times 10 is 80, right? 80 hours. And then why have we got a clash there? What's this mean?
That is two guys. That's
Senior network. You working on the same task at the same time. And we solve that by using the predecessor column. I want this task to finish before this one starts. So what would I write here? I have to write the row number of the one I'm predecessor task for it that I want to finish. So what number am I going to write in here?
right. No, 3.
3. And then that will finish after that.
Oh, so is that why I'm from
Now it's gone, yeah. Installing and configuring physical servers. Installing and configuring physical servers. We see network engineer again. No one else can do it. It's 12 complex function points. He's busy. This is the problem as a project manager. You might be overworking. Well, really, you should have more senior network engineers. So 8 again. 8 times 12 is 8 times 12 is 96. Hopefully you don't have to use it for anything else after it. But he obviously can't work on this one until he's finished on that one now. So what would we write in the predecessor column? So he can't work on this one until he's finished that one. So we put 5 there exactly. Now that's scheduled that. Now we've almost hit the end of the project there, but not quite. If it went over, it would go red, and that's why it's important to like group things. See? Developing a customized.
Wow, this is so white.
Developing a customized.
Wow,
You can do
this
that.
is so white.
Senior software engineer, junior, and the cyber security. 3 different people can do it. Let's do a junior. He's not done anything. He's cheaper as well. And he's 7 hours per general function point. So 16 times 7. 16 times 7, 112.
They work from
112 hours. Let's put him on it from the beginning, I think. Or put him on it from the beginning. No, the junior software. There's only one of them. Two though. Yeah. 122 hours to finish that. That's another big task. It's a lot here, isn't there? Big list. Integrating backup systems. Okay, let's paste that in. cybersecurity.
Only if that's successful.
Only cybersecurity.
Oh, wait, how did you do that? I forgot.
How long is it going to take? 12 hours, and it's a 6-hour task. Not too much this time. So 12 times 72. Do we need to have done anything before that? Integrating backup system.
Yeah, he did stuff already.
What I need is, sometimes when you look at the list of tasks, like for example, test plans, I think test plans should probably come first,
Yeah.
maybe. But
In this hours.
I think this one we could probably start from the beginning. Right? But he is working on that one there, so we've got to write what here.
That first, so.
That is on row 4. So 4. Developing and maintaining data recovery plans. Okay, what is that about?
That's probably something that's, you know.
Senior software, junior.
Oh, this one's
cybersecurity.
All of them. You go with the choose one.
I think we should use the senior software on that one because we've not used it yet.
You have one control.
Senior network. We've only used senior network, so we want senior software. And he takes 14 hours per complex function. That's 14 hours per complex.
How many was that?
7 times 14, 98 hours. Developing and maintaining data recovery plans. Maybe we can also do that from the beginning of the project. Maybe. But these tests and what we've got left? Test plans.
I mean, no, you can do that. You had to do
We've got great test plans.
I didn't want
AI. So these four are definitely going to come at the end. Everything else has got to be done before we start doing these ones.
Yeah. So you got to make 2 main servers.
So we've got creating a test plan, developing AI fraud detection. Maybe, well, firstly, let's find who can do test plan for software. Let's just do a quick search for that. So we've got senior software and junior. Let's put the junior onto that because it's easy, isn't it? We want senior to do more difficult things. Yeah.
After what, 5 days a week?
So juniors on that, and then who's going to do the hardware?
Senior.
So the senior and the junior network engineer. So we'll put a junior network engineer on here as well. Yeah. And then the juniors take 6 hours per general. And what about the software? This junior software takes 7. So 7 times 3 is for this one. 7 times 3 is 21. And then 6 times 3 is 6, 12, 18. 18. Now, I said that these test plans should come first.
Yeah.
Can I think maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe they could. I always just go with the order of the tasks they've given me. But for sure, the test plans have got to come before you do the testing. That's a given. We can't do testing if we don't test plan. So okay, the last one the junior worked on was that one. So what would I write in here? The juniors working on that one. I'll put 7 in there. And then the junior network engineer is working on that.
We'll go to here.
Yeah. So we'll put 2 in there.
Option
There we go. We've got those test plans. Okay, almost there. Almost there. The developing AI for
One, two.
senior software, the cybersecurity engineers. I think we'll use senior. That sounds like quite an important one. We'll use senior software engineer.
Just because I.
How long is that going to take him? 15 complex function points, and he's at 14 hours per complex function point. So clear the memory. 14 times 15 equals 210. And then the last one the senior's working on is that one. And he's on row 9. So we'll put 9 in.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going over. You know what? It doesn't matter, I think, whether you go a little bit over. People have got distinctions in the past and gone over, as long as you justified why you're doing that. Yeah. So now we've got the testing side of stress, software, hardware.
Stress
And then-
testing.
Yeah.
So let's go and look at
Try.
who can do stress testing. So stress testing can be done by a senior and junior. We'll put as many, we'll put the junior on that one. And the junior takes 7 and the task is 11. So 11 times 7 is 77. Stress testing what then? It doesn't actually say. We'll work out the dates in a minute. Software testing. Who does software testing? Probably a few different people. Sometimes when you get a few different people who can do the same thing, it's good to put them on the task, the same task together. But it makes the calculations difficult if you've got seniors and juniors on it, because you have to speed the task up. It makes it really complicated.
You know what? Don't you do that?
So the junior, senior can do that one, and the junior will do that one.
Okay, now you're here. Now to the back.
But if we put the senior on it, it's really going to push it over. Isn't it?
No, you don't want to.
So we're going to have to put the junior on it. It looks like it, and it's 12 times 12 times 7. $84. I don't think we're going to fit this. Hard. Who can do hardware? Senior network engineer.
Junior.
The junior network engineer. Senior and junior. But with that senior one's maxed out, so we're going to have to put the junior. So it's 12 hours times 6. Yeah, 12 times 6 is 6. 12 and 12, 20, 30, it's 48. So it's 60, 72.
Okay, now.
Training and bank staff. Okay, last one. So you've got senior, the junior, and the cybersecurity engineer. We hasn't done anything for a while. Let's put him on.
No, I mean, like on the Gantt chart.
2 general function points.
12 hours.
12 hours for general, so it's 24. Not the most important task to get done, but I guess stress testing, unless it says something else about what they mean, like it's hard to work out what ones are dependent on what. Like, and then we also can't forget about these ones. So the major minor faults. It's assumed that during all the testing or each testing task. I think it means we could just calculate this once and add it on. Like you can either, you can, if it says per testing task, you can add it on per testing task. It sounds like it's just saying, work out what that is and add that on maybe as an extra thing.
Add it in.
But let's work out the date on this. So stress testing. So it's gonna, if I'm gonna put these testing tasks after that one, it's gonna push it majorly over.
Yeah, it's not on the budget. It's ready.
Yeah, it's already on the edge. I don't know how to, unless there's a way to get this one down.
Right now,
So I think AI.
yeah, this is why, this is one.
I remember there were two people doing it. So you can do senior software and the cybersecurity engineer. He takes 12 hours per complex function. And he takes 14 hours. So it's like, how do you split that up? This is where it gets a bit complicated. We could copy that, right? And I'm going to put 7.5 hours, 7.5 complex function points there, right? And 7.5 there.
Half it.
So it was 15. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the senior and him on it, right?
Wait, can you do that?
Yes. But because they're a different rate of pay, it complicates things a little bit. This guy, I can't start it until he's finished that one, so you'd have to put 8 in here. And then we have to do a new calculation. So we'd have to do 7.5, right? So let's do the cybersecurity guy.
It's 12.
7.5 times 12. Yeah. This would be like, if you can do this in the exam, surely you're going to get better marks, possibly a distinction, because you really should know how to play around with the software. So it's complicated things to do. You've got to split up the function points and do the different hour calculation for the different resource. So for cybersecurity, it's 7.5 times 12, so it's 90.
So if and half it, half the.
Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. 90. Yeah, it is. Because he's faster. And the senior one is 7.5. Senior software engineer.
It's 14.
7.5 times 14. Alfie, you might want to see this.
Let's have a look.
If you're doing this task,
Let's have it.
right? So this one is like 15 complex function points,
Half it.
and he went over the edge of the project, right? So what I've done is I've split the task between senior and the cybersecurity engineer. So I've given 7.5 to the senior, 7.5 to that cybersecurity, yeah. And then because they take different number of hours per task, so that instead of taking 210 hours, he's going to do that one in 90, and then this senior one is going to do 14 times 7.5. Like that. So 105. So a little bit longer, but the advantage is they got a problem there because he's working on that one as well. And
So do you go home?
if you finish your work, yeah. How far have you got?
I done, bro.
You made significant progress.
I'm not my dad.
Yes.
So I'll finish this example and then we can go.
Yeah,
Right?
cool.
We'll finish this example. Once I finish, then you
Yeah, cool.
so because I'm recording this, so
I know, I've been watching.
Have you?
Yes, I've done my comments.
Brilliant. Good luck. Look forward to watching it. Seeing it. So 105. So that means he can do that one much earlier on. However, this guy has still got to wait for him to finish that, which doesn't help us too much, unless we can cut that one down. So again, split that configuring security protocols one. This, like, if you can do this on the project, like, you'll probably get a distinction, I reckon, because like it's quite hard to pick it up. So if you see senior network on here, the security and the senior network can both do that, right? So if I split that one, then I put like 8 in there.
So really quick bit was when you did.
Those cut out.
What I did was I copied the row and I selected the whole row and I copied it and I pasted it and it pasted in as a new task. Yeah.
That's fine. What do you do?
Senior software. So senior software and cybersecurity. Senior software and cybersecurity. That's so he's 12 times 8, right? 12 times 8 equals that 96. And then this guy, senior, is 14. It's always there. Eventually you remember the numbers, don't you? So 14 times 8 is 112. Then we made the task a little bit better, haven't we? I think we've cut that one down. This guy, so he's working on it up to there. And then you can, so this one, now we've got a load of conflicts we've got to figure out. But that one, he could do when row 4's finished. That should help. So if I put that, now it's shifted that one there, and then this one can finish on row 9, can't it? But I have to delete it. It's a little bit of a bug. I have to delete it and put it in, then it'll shift on. Now we're within the project. Like, that's skills that to do that, but it's complicated. Oh look, we've still got this. So senior software engineer is that's I might have to delete that one. Sorry. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you want to get in? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So we've got that guy there, and then why is he conflicted? So we've got to put 5 in here.
Yeah. No, don't think so.
5 in here.
The arrow.
That's it. They're gone now, but it's still
Wait, what do you even do?
It's still slightly over. I had to just delete them, right? I had to delete it and then re-enter it in. But I mean, we're still slightly over.
Get it in the time frame. That doesn't mean that you like.
I think sometimes it's almost impossible, but if you say, because you built in all this extra testing time, maybe, you know, you're doing the project back. So then we've got stress testing. And that surely has got to come when they finish that. So I guess I can say row 14. The junior, got some conflicts there. All right. Oh, because he's working on that one there. So then he can't do that one until he's finished the one on the open or 4. So that kind of messes it up a little bit, doesn't it? So now we're like quite a lot.
You know, put a senior on it.
You could also double up on those tasks too, I reckon. But you'd have to split the tasks.
Well, six.
Let's just do this calculation first for the number of days. So we've got major. We've got 2 major times 2 equals 4, and then 2 times 3. Yeah. So 2 times 3 equals 6, and then we've got 8 minor
Yeah.
times 1, 8, and then we've got this is the minor 2, and then we've got 8 times 3, 8, 16, 24. Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of days for a regression test of 8 minor faults. So then we've got 10.
24 days of testing.
Yeah. So 8 minor faults. Each fault will need a further 3 days of regression testing.
That's a lot of days.
That's a lot of days, isn't it? It's a lot of faults. So in total, that's
Are they saying that's like worst case scenario?
yeah. But then you really built in a lot of tests. This is going to massively push it over 28, then 32.
Supposed to be done in like 36 days.
Total.
I think these guys don't even know what they're doing.
10. So we've actually got 42 days of extra testing.
That's longer than the whole
It's not extra testing, just faults. Right? So I'm going to have another task, major and minor faults.
And 3.
And I'm going to put 42. I can actually enter it in days here, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to start that at the beginning. Shall we start at the beginning? Because I don't know how else we're going to fit it in. That task, by the way, can't start until everything else has been done. Or can it? No, we'd have to put that on. Or once training the bank staff, you could probably start it after everything else is finished. Maybe we could rationalise that we'll do 14. So we're going to need to somehow split these testing tasks up. And who's going to do these major by faults and testing? Well, we're going to have to put someone onto it.
Who's allowed to do it?
Who can fix the major and minor faults?
What does it say? Oh no.
It doesn't actually say, but assume.
That means what everyone on it.
Sure. But then it's going to clash. You could split the fault out between that one and then whoever you scheduled into that one. So we could do 42 divided by 3 times by 8. Was it 8 actually? 112.
Might be there someday.
So to make this work better, I have to split it up.
Yeah.
Why don't you
I'll go. Oh, sorry.
now you can me do a whole example, though. You see, let me just go and let these guys.
Just quit and save.
you want to. On the did the whole thing. Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, you see how I split it? We've got very long tasks. You can actually go and split function points up and they give like, because sometimes some engineers say.
She was senior.
On the other one say longer. So you want to get it accurate.
I see.
Calculation and split the function points. So that's really complicated. And if you've got time in the exam, just put down your best guess, and even if it goes over, like we've gone over, I know when you look at the answers from the distinction example, they still went over, but they still got a distinction. They just wrote about why they did it that way in the report.
So small.
Is it?
And keep it. Yeah, something comments. 10 minutes.
So how many? So how many? Sir, you know, for here,
Yeah.
senior doesn't do it.
Stop the point. We ended the stream.
Oh, we can keep it on.
Yeah, that's right. Senior doesn't do it.
What?
Senior, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that one.
Doesn't he do that?
No.
Oh, right. Have we made a mistake there? What does the senior do? Who does in
South
senior integration?
only someone. Yeah, only someone does.
Only him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wait, you're definitely still. That's how you heard it.
Senior software engineer. Oh, net senior network engineer.
You can never.
No, senior software engineer. So I put the wrong one.
Yeah.
So if I put senior software, that maybe that will solve some of the problems.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You can't do that one until you finish row 3.
It's longer.
Schools are not going to affect this. Then 5.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's not like a set screen. You just
That got rid of it. That means though that this guy. He's got to do that one, then he's got to do that one. He's got to do that one.
for the red. Like, oh, sorry.
Senior software, senior software. Senior software, senior software. If you look at, right, let's look at the Gantt chart from the distinction example last year.
Sharon.
Gantt chart.
Cool. Massive.
So his one ended on the 27th of April. And my one's going up to the 27th of April as well. So if you just can't fit in, okay, thanks. So it's my mouse.
It's not touch me, sir.
No, where's my mouse?
It'll be right here. There you are. Oh, God.
There it is. Yeah, that one finishes on the 27th, and they got a distinction.
So they don't really care about the dates.
That they do, but it does actually say in the mark scheme it's got to be on the right dates. Oh, that's the
They put theirs on the 27th, like us.
that one. That. I know. I am going to save this. Wait.
Do it.
Always make sure you save work, because if you don't, you could lose everything. This is the
Don't want to lose it.
unit 3. Unit 3, 2025. There's not really any way I can force that to be any shorter, really. I think that's the best I can do. Unless I go back through here and really split the tasks up even more. Like that. Like that one. But maybe there's other ones like that one. So developing and maintaining
Half the number ones. Get the other sounds.
is that it? No, this is the analog. That one. No, not that one. Not that one. Oh. Developing and maintaining. Senior software and the junior, senior and junior. So you could split that between 3 people. It's not a lot of figuring that out. What you want to pick one that's got a lot of functional points in to split it. Like that's not really pushing anything out because you put the junior in that. But and that's what that one we divided it up. 8 on that one. Integrating, what about that? Maybe we could do integrating encryption technologies to consider that. Integrating senior software. Only one person. Senior software cybersecurity engineer. Senior software cybersecurity. So we could split that up between the cyber guy as well. That one. Let's do that. All here. So could put him into that one. And then he's 12. So 12 times 4. 12 times 4 versus 14 times 4, isn't it? Yeah. 12 times 4, 48.
So we're right, so we can do this.
14 times 4 is 56. And now we've got this problem. So we split that up now. We've got 2 people on that, 2 people on that. And now we're going to get conflict. So he's got to finish that one on row 4 before he starts that one. Yeah. And then he's got to finish the thing on row 5. And then he's got to finish the thing on row 10. And then he's got to finish the thing on row 15.
That's how close it gets before it does it.
So that's done. Shorten it down a little bit. So this senior guy, now we could shift him over a bit, couldn't we? And we could put, so we don't want that. When you're changing this around like that, it becomes complicated and you mess up everything. Senior software challenge, so we've got already 3 of them. The senior software goes here, and then it goes to here. And now we're going to here, so we can change that. And that shifts that over, and then this one now.
What's going on over here? There's a bit of an arrow. How can you do?
That's on the right at 11.
How can you end that and then start it? What's going on?
Yeah, that one. And that's the last thing you see. So it's still going over. It doesn't matter how much we split it out.
How does this part work? You see where this little arrow comes out over here and it hits it down there?
You mean that's gone back in time?
Yeah, it's going like back on itself. Look.
Oh, 5 scoop just that one, and just that one. And then he's going on to that one there.
So who's going in
Where's that
reverse?
come from where?
Oh, no.
Let's say we can't get it any better than that. Got to make sure you add on your resources.
Into
That. Actually, we won't get the proper cost. Right. So the cost of installing, the cost of infrastructure. So we're going to have that. I'll probably add that onto here. Cost of infrastructure, maintenance costs, server equipment. Like, if you can't find a task to add it on to, just add it on somewhere, as long as you put everything in. Oh, we don't actually need that, do we? We planned that one in, but we're not even. Oh, there's a big mistake. We planned in deploying, configuring cloud servers, but we're only doing physical, aren't we?
What about the backup?
Oh, yeah, true.
That one. But if you're choosing 2 main servers,
Do you need the
you just
backup?
double that. So you don't need that, and you don't need that.
So if you choose option 1, you don't need that one.
I reckon that makes sense, right? It's a lot about how you interpret it. What if it makes logical sense?
So if you choose option 2, then you need double, or like you need both of those.
Yeah.
But option 1 is just a one-off thing.
So I reckon we can also just get rid of that massive task for deploying, configuring cloud service because we don't need that. And then we free up the senior network engineer.
Because we went with option 1, you get it.
And then is he doing anything before that now?
No, you're not.
So we could also put him at the beginning. What's he do after
Just a
that?
little bit somewhere over here. What's that about? Oh, it's bugging me.
Yeah, no, it's a bit annoying.
But it's
Like,
going
you mean
backwards.
that going back? I don't know where that's going back from.
I just don't really know how that works. But how can you go back on yourself?
I'm not sure.
It works then.
And then, why is your brain not pretty on? Cybersecurity. So we actually just drop that task. So he's going to work on installing, configuring servers from the beginning. It's just that we're only using him in one place.
He's senior.
That's going to fix major one.
He's here for 7 minutes and she runs. Something a lot in this chat.
It's only to one person. You might as well use it again. That's what I'm doing.
That calculation there was like 42 days. So I said split 42 days over 3 testing tasks. So it's 14 days times 8.
112.
We can add on 112 hours maybe to each one of them. Or we can have that as a separate one there. And then we need to put some people onto it, so I'm not sure who can do it.
What does it say in the thing? or is it not saying?
Okay, so he can do stress testing.
Let's get that going there then, the senior.
They can do stress software, hardware.
Whack them all in there.
We just put everyone onto it, right?
Yeah.
Junior network, that's right.
They all can test some.
We'll put all the juniors on it, right?
No seniors.
No, because they're busy, aren't they? Juniors, and they do 7 hours per general. And then, well, it makes it easier calculation if we put the same ones with this. So, well, that's 6.
So now I've got all these people, is that dividing our 42 days down?
Now, yeah, it's 2021.
Oh, we're getting there now, we're cramming it in. Well, we've been the distinction, we're down to 24. They got only 27.
Apart from it's like,
Apart from testing from the very beginning.
it doesn't make any sense. So if we add on 112 hours for each one of these testing tasks,
112 for each.
yeah, it's 42 days. If we divide that between 3 of these,
Yeah.
that's 112. 77 plus 112. 189. 84. 96. It's a lot of hours. For testing is 72.
The charts now, we're into. Happy birthday.
800. You get rid of that one. Now we're in 2020. We're in next century now.
So the date for 2026.
It's the 22nd century. We'll finish this task. And yeah, there's that little line. But then he's going to clash because he's working on that one.
Yes, you can't do 2 things at once.
You're really going to have to put more testers on here. Let's pick on.
Is it even possible to get different times?
No. So,
We're going to put 2 on that, and then it's going to be half of that. So 9, 8. Do you guys want to go? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did say that, but
Oh, you never asked, man.
I thought you'd enjoying it. So.
That's how I can start.
But you see what's done now. Instead of watching the video, you watch me, and you hopefully pick it up. So you go home and do it. Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna
So I'm going to sit here until I fix this.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
That's fine. All good, man.
I'm looking at you.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I want now,
In all fairness, I do see you only once a week, so you know.
yeah, that's mine. Sure.
184.
I know it's short, but I need yo, who's this man? Yeah, so that really. Chris,
184.
save me. Sean, you're right, save it, bro. Look. Nah, I'm not gonna take it back. Shut down. Just save it, yeah?
Yeah.
How? Yes. Have a good weekend, sir.
Cheers. That hardware here. So if you do that graph, the hardware stuff. Last hardware thing is last hardware. Hey, you all right?
Yes, I think there is, three people who came from figuring security controls. So can I divide that 16 by 3?
This one.
Yes.
So what I did is I actually divided it by 2, but yeah, even better, you could divide it by 3. But you see what I've done here. There were 16 function points because cybersecurity and him take a different number of hours to fix it. You need to split the points
Yeah.
between them. So you just divide it with, you did that.
I did that, yeah, and then
Just-
I multiplied by the complex managing.
Takes a lot of hours. But yeah, that's how you did it. And if you look at that video and you look underneath it, like this new one I've made, I put it's about anti-extinction. In here, if you look at this is the guy who did the distinction Gantt chart. He's massively gone over as well. Like April 27th, and you can see that. I think, yeah, he's also split that. Oh, he's not even split that one, but he should have split that one. I think he could have got a higher mark if he'd done something really intelligent like that, like actually split the function points. Even though he got a distinction, he's done it really simply, and he's just gone and put like 2 people on it, and then half the time.
Okay.
But actually, the proper calculation would be to split the function points. But it's like if you're running out of time in the exam, your 20 goes on the PID. If you haven't looked at it yet, the writing. And the key thing in that is project management, describing why you've done things, risk analysis, that kind of stuff. So it's like if you're going over an hour and a half on this Gantt chart, simplify it. get onto the Gantt chart, get onto the PID. Okay, so it's only 22 for that. But yeah, you could do what I did, and what you want to do even better, and split it up between three. Then it will go faster. Just trying to work out that one. Hardware testing. Hardware testing could come after the last hardware task on here. Which one is it? Integrating backup system, developing, maintaining data recovery, installing, configuring physical servers.
Is it a must to give the numbers? No. Is it a must to give the numbers?
Is it what?
Is it a must to give numbers in the predecessor?
Is it?
Predecessor, so this one.
These are used so that, do you understand why they're used?
Yeah, like steps after each other.
Yeah, it's so that this guy finishes this one before he starts on that one, because he couldn't work on it at the same time because it clashed. So I put row 8 in there. What's on row 8? The last task he did, that task.
Or is it a must? No. It's not a must.
Not,
Must, like, is it a must we do this? No.
yes, you need to use the predecessor. It'd be very difficult for you not. You'll make your life much harder if you don't. I mean, sure, you could work out the dates in your head, but this makes it easier.
I did mine without that. I did mine without that.
Well, that you could make your life a bit easier if you use that. Do you not think? I think so, because if you have some calculating data in that and just do it. But I'm trying to figure out this one, hardware testing. The last test, that one is probably the last hardware thing. And that's on row 7. So I should probably start doing hardware testing after row 7 stuff. And that might make things a bit easier.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
could you share the
What?
have you got like the person that got understanding this particular side?
It's below the video. This new video, aren't they? So we're going to do this next week. So, but if you go to that video, I mean, I can share it in Teams too. But there's this is his Gantt chart, resource plan, cost overview. As of the 3 things, but also importantly, we'll be looking at his PID and how he's written that, because that's 22 points. So it's all in that. If you look for that new video, yeah, I can put it on there. So the last thing you need to do, save this is fine. We can't get it any better. We really tried. You're running out of time. You need to export the Gantt chart. So you go to File, Print, put it on a big piece of paper like that. You can see everything. Check it. It looks good, and then go to Export that.
So what did
You've got to name it in the way that they say in the paper. So your second page. So it should be like that. And I'll put this in for my own reference. So I know which one it is. Exports that. Make sure you save this. You start exporting because sometimes it crashes. And then we're going to go to report and do a task cost overview and a report resource thing. see if it grows a bit then. What you do is you get this PDF. That, and it should look something like that. And then we're going to go to report, cost, task overview. We're going to need to choose that and go down to outline level so that we can see the group task and see it broken down. So we go to level 2 and it breaks it down. We can also do the same for that. You can see we're within budget as well. You might want to copy that and say, paste it up here so people can see the that shows the cost of the materials too, so it kind of skews it a bit. There might be a way of just removing that. But you just want to show that breakdown and then go to report resource overview, show the breakdown of the engineers. You need to give your project manager the house too.
But you don't.
Well, he has a cost. So you'd give a separate task, project, management, and over the whole, well, how many weeks is that? Like 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5, about 5 weeks. So say put 10 days on that. Yeah. And do that from the start of the project. And that will it's important to do that else, and then select him, and then that will actually change the cost overview too. So you can see now it's added on his wages. So it's a bit more expensive, but you're still within budget, to be honest.
Yeah.
We've had all that extra testing time, we're still within budget. I split the testing between those 3 tasks. And it does finish on the 27th, but it's okay. So if we look at the resource app, now the project manager's got hours on it too. You can see he's not working much, and like he's working a lot, he could become very stressed out. And then we're going to export that and call that cost, and then report cost. Actually, that was some resource, wasn't it? So you should have, that was resource. So you've got a resource cost and the gap. I thought I was recording this. It doesn't look like I am. Oh. Oh, so yeah. So